Hear ye, gather round, everybody, for another edition of Young Kings Wrestling, featuring the almighty, the legendary, the epic, sovereign soundboard. As always, you can find us on most platforms streaming your favorite podcasts, including Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, among others. If you're listening on iTunes, leave us a review of the 5-star kind. Links to all the platforms and the merchandise available only at ykwrestling.com. As always, I am the thespian T.C. Fontaine, joined by my loyal subject,
the Iron Reek.
The Iron Reek. I like that. I like that one. Fuck the Hulk Hogan.
Jabronis.
Fuck the jabroni Hulk Hogan.
Never forget, fuck Hulk Hogan.
Hey, yeah, big facts.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not gonna waste no time on this one. I'm just, we got a lot to talk about.
I'm packing the air, this gas or what?
These peasants, you peasants.
I wonder who it could be, because me, T.C. Fontaine, for the last 13 months.
I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was slim, but I told y'all niggas.
I don't know who to attribute this to. Who should I attribute this to? I'm gonna let you do the honors. I couldn't figure out who to give this honor to directly. Like, who's gonna take credit for this honor today?
I prefer to give it to Anthony personally.
Okay.
Because, fish rots from the head on down. So that's where I think it should go.
That's fair. Anthony Khan, bring that ass here, boy. Because, like I said, for the last 13 months, I told y'all. Y'all remember the audit? I started the audit like 13 months ago. Maybe 14 months ago, something like that. 9 months ago, I also told y'all. Me and Reed both told y'all 9 months ago. Like our first episode of the year, 9 months ago. Episode 122, titled #RIP Bozo. Link in the comments. I'll give you the link in the comments to the whole conversation. Okay? That same month, Cody Rhodes, without telling y'all, told y'all. A month before that, Big Swole told all y'all.
Y'all owe her an apology, by the way.
Oh, y'all do. Shout out to the buddy. You remember old buddy that was like harassing us on Twitter?
Yeah. Of course.
Called us young clowns wrestling a few months back.
Mm-hmm.
I was over there crawling for receipts earlier this week. I was, and I had to go to a buddy's page, and I seen him caping for Big Swole all of a sudden. After we was caping for Big Swole, he the one that had the problem with it. But I digress. We peeped.
Oh no.
I'm just saying, we told y'all that all this was gonna happen. Oh, when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Listen, what's good over there in Jackson?
We know what's good over
there.
We know.
We're not going to elaborate on everything. If you've been living under a rock for the last week, that's on you. But it's been talked about enough. But just what's good over there?
The wrong kind of bumps.
The wrong kind of bumps.
Like always. I keep saying this, and people act like they don't want to hear me, or they just don't. They just deaf. the man signs people for pop. Like, he is all about the one moment that everyone is gonna go crazy, be excited in the moment. There's always a prisoner of the moment time that happens. So he's all about those moments. Like, everybody gets up in arms and they blow Twitter up and they kiss Tony's ass. Oh, Tony did this, that, and the third. And, he's so great.
He
He
just
lives for
gets
that.
it.
He lives for that. And so that's why
Booker
you
of
go
the
out
year.
and from his own ops.
Right.
But yeah, he goes out and he signs people just for that moment alone, and then there's no sustainability plan. Like, it's always just, let's pop the crowd, let's get the hits in, let's get all the praise in, and then it's like, oh well, now what do we do? Ring of Honor. Oh yeah, I have purchased Ring of Honor. That's a moment. What is Ring of Honor really doing right now besides getting a couple matches on Rampage every week? There's a whole roster of people that were there. They didn't get fully integrated. Ruby Soho shows up as what was that, like the Joker last year.
Man.
What happened? She didn't even make All Out was what, 11, 12 matches deep. She didn't make a single one of them. She was on the
pre-show.
Yeah.
And got fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
I seen a video clip of Ruby. I'm sorry to cut you off. I seen a video clip of Ruby Riott on Instagram at an indie show. And I felt so sorry for her because they showed her like going through the curtain, making her entrance. And it was only maybe like 700 people there. And I'm like, damn, she was at WrestleMania last year. I was like, I wonder how that feels. Like, I've seen the wrestler. You've seen the wrestler, I'm sure, with Mickey Rourke. And I was like, how does that feel just to be at the pinnacle and now you not at the pinnacle no more? Like, you still got a job to do at the end of the day. But when you go home and there are no fans there to, see you or criticize you or anoint you, however the fans look at you, they aren't there.
Yep.
It's just you. And it's just you in your own mind, and you just reflect like, damn, I kind of miss it. And it's fucked up because Ruby got released. It wasn't like she asked for her release. It wasn't like she was unhappy from what we know of. She didn't publicly make any statements before or after she got released, how other people in that company seem to do.
Mm-hmm.
But she hadn't said anything. And I kind of felt bad for her because I'm like, damn. Like, she probably wasn't expecting this.
But that's just another example. You do your signings, you play it for spot moments. That's just another one of those. And the list goes on. Miro, Malachi, who just got his release from AEW, because it was another example of that. So getting back to Punk, I've said this all week long, and I stand on it. They never needed that man. They never did. In fact, you could argue that their whole concept, everything they're trying to do there, was the inverse of what CM Punk is. So you didn't need to bring him in to begin with. Y'all were supposed to be different. So bringing him in was going outside of being different. But you did it anyway. Why? 7 years of people wanting to see CM Punk back in a wrestling ring. Oh, well, he won't go back to WWE because that relationship is all but dead and on arrival. So let's bring him in here. Let's get that pop. Let's go to the United Center. Let's pack that place out in his hometown and get that huge pop. And then what? I think the only thing that really came out of it that mattered enough outside of that was All Out in Chicago last year, because that was his first match back officially. But then after that, it's like, why do we care? You took one of your in-house talent in Hangman, built a whole story from the time the company was created of him getting so close to the title from day one, getting beat down on a bender, drunk, teaming with Kenny Omega. From that all the way up to the point where now he wins the title. You told that story over the span of about 2 years, and he lost to Punk? For what?
With his own move.
That win his own move. Like, what was the purpose of that? So I'm like, again, you play these moments for the pop that you just want everyone to be prisoner of the moment because you think they're gonna live in that bubble forever, and it's not the case. You still have to run
That's what they want.
Weekly programming 365 if you want to keep pace and compete. Since you getting mad at competition, apparently you don't like the fact that people like you the only promotion that books on Labor Day. But listen, man, taking the wrong kind of bumps, bro. You gotta.
But those moments, those one-off moments, that's what they live for. That fan base, that's what they want. That's what they clamor for. They literally clamored for it with Drew McIntyre last week. Because if he would have won, how are you going to follow that?
You won't.
This 2-year-long reign of this unbeatable champion, he just loses. How do you follow that up? They don't know. But the thing is, nobody knows. But that's what they want. And that's what Tony Khan gives them. He gives them what they want. Everything that they wanted in wrestling, he has given them. And it's clearly doesn't work because it should show y'all that y'all mentality of how this works, it just ain't there, bro. It just ain't there.
That's the thing. It's like when you start spoiling fans, that's when the quality and the content goes down. See, everyone wanted to get mad at Vince because he wouldn't get the fans what they want, but there's a thing called delayed gratification. How long did Daniel Bryan get screwed over throughout 2013? But it led to WrestleMania later in the very next year, and in the main event in front of everybody, Kofi. It's like
Bailey.
There's a reason for not getting
Becky.
What you want in the moments. Yeah. Look.
Seth.
Roman. You keep
Roman.
Exactly. You keep giving people what they want over and over again. It's like, where do you go from there? But you can't talk to them almost exclusively fans because
I like wings, bro. I love wings, bro. I don't want wings every single day because then I'm gonna get bored of wings and then I'm not gonna like it no more.
Yeah.
It's similar with this. So
right.
But this dude, all the fight happened and everything.
Mm-hmm.
He had to suspend his champs.
And it's like this was getting back to what we said 9 months ago. When Phil start being Phil, watch how everybody start to change. And look, you could be on his side, you could be on Elite's side. Nobody was innocent in this, but the point remains, he started being himself. And when Tony starts looking at you sideways and looking like, yo, what you talking about over there? That's when you know you got a problem on your hands. But again, you chose to do this. You cut the check. So now this is your bed and you got to lie all in it.
You bought friends instead of buying employees.
Yeah, man. Did it to yourself. Can't
even the crowd booed him. Yeah, the crowd booed him on Wednesday.
Right. Like
he popped up on the screen. Tony Yayo got booed, bro. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
When it comes crashing down and it hurts inside. Mm-hmm. What Jay-Z said. I like to quote Jay-Z randomly on here all the time. People lined up to see the Titanic sinking. This is why most cult leaders, they organize like a group suicide before everybody figures out it's full of shit. You didn't do that soon enough. Like, you should have organized that group suicide in Las Vegas a few months ago.
No,
that would have been the perfect time to do it.
That's facts though, because I tell you, I said this a long time ago, and I mean it. I said that the biggest downfall of AEW would be from within, from their very own. And I was worried it was going to be like Cody and Brandy, but they got smart and they got out. They got out the sunken place. But then that just leaves Tony from the very, very top of it. So I'm telling you that it's for me, it's just a matter of when, not if. Because unless this was a wake-up call, which I hope it was, because contrary to popular belief, nobody wants to see AEW fail. But a change in operation is desperately needed. because this ain't it.
It's not it,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
no, we don't want to see him fail. We just want to see, some people out of there and in other positions and out of the way.
Yeah. This shit in that company that works, and it works well. But again, if the direction doesn't match up with the people that are running the show, then we got issues. I
Agreed.
want to see Jay. I want to see Jay succeeding and going on undefeated streaks and winning championships. That works for me. I ain't mad at it. I'm starting to come around on the Acclaimed, even though I still don't really rock with Dude and his corny ass raps. That's a tag team that's hot right now. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it's not. I've said this before. It's not talent. It's not presentation. It's not none of that. It is who is running the show at the top. That gotta change.
That shit reminded me. So I didn't get to like live through Bash at the Beach 2000, but this is what I imagine Bash at the Beach 2000 to be like. It's literally like, oh, this is real, because like I saw the clip of Punk's thing,
Yeah,
like shortly after it happened. Like I logged on Twitter at the perfect moment because I had no idea. Because I logged on to see like, oh, did my nigga MJF come back? And I couldn't find nothing about it because the very first thing I see is somebody posting this dude just going off on Colt Cabana. And like I was saying, man, it's not a work. Because if it was a work, Colt Cabana is not the catalyst to a big angle between the Elite and CM Punk. Because that just makes no sense. Why? Who cares about Colt Cabana? I'm gonna just be real. I like Colt Cabana, but like, in the sense of when it comes to having to draw money for a big money program,
yeah,
who's gonna care? Because nobody knows who Colt Cabana is because he's never on TV.
that's what I'm saying. Like how?
So he's gonna randomly bring up Colt Cabana and just say it's a work. No, that's stupid.
Yeah, the people who say it's a work just blow my mind. Who in 2022 is using Colt Cabana to drive a program forward? And not even just the fact that he hasn't been on TV, but even when he was on TV, he was not like he wasn't somebody.
It was a Dark Order's
that
hype man.
Yeah, he wasn't somebody people were tuning in to see. Again, that was a spot on moment. Okay, so there's some indie fans that know who Colt Cabana is in the moment, but because he just get slotted in as a side character with a group that had long overstayed his welcome, now we don't care who Colt Cabana is. So even if he was still on TV, still, who is using him to drive a program forward? So, yeah, this y'all thinking it's a work? It just you niggas.
Yeah, that's what that's about. So, real quick, what flavor did you think that Kenny Omega tasted like when Ace Steel bit him?
Yo, I didn't have words for that. I really didn't, but the worst part about it is that now if you see pictures of the dude, like he really looked like he bite people on a regular basis. So now I'm like, well, this was just a matter of time.
Taking that Donald Trump cosplay a little too far, bro.
Like seriously, and if you just look at this week and stuff like that, he had that promo where he was all in Punk's face, trying to hype him up, trying to get him up out of the dumps a little bit to get him up for this title match. He was cussing on the mic, dropping F-bombs and shit. Like this dude just really just off the rails here. So biting just seemed like the low end of what could have happened. I'm concerned what would have happened if nobody came in and broke it up, honestly. But I don't like this whole thing with why does Kenny always gotta act like he the savior, the innocent guy in the group? Bro, he just showed up to get a dog and leave. Like I don't buy that, bro.
I can believe it, but I don't buy it. Like I could believe he would just do some shit like that because he don't look like he can fight. He looked like he avoid a fight at all costs.
Of course.
So, I feel
but he with his people hype him up, and he just showed up.
True.
And once shit started getting real, then it was like, nah, he ain't about this life. So let me get up out of here. but not
When I
before he
seen
caught.
they said,
Not before he caught a bite.
hey, when I seen they said they was trying to kick the door down, I just picture them like trying to super kick the door and like slapping their leg with each attempt. That's all I could envision, bro. Like I can't take them seriously whatsoever. We're gonna move on though.
That's true.
Yeah, we can get back to normal here as things go. So let's talk about today in history real quick. Happy birthday to the wise man, Fredo Heyman, the OG, 57 years old. My good sir, I come to you on my 57th birthday, my 57th trip around Earth, my good sir. Something like that.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because that man been 57 my whole life.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you think as long as he's been around the business, that he would have been a little older. Because he always said like he's known Roman since before he was born, and he was around Rikishi when they were younger and all them. Like he watched all these older members of the NY family grow up. It's like, you sure?
Right.
You're only 57? Like, I ain't mad, but just
He might be a vampire for real.
right. Some seem a little off.
Because he a vampire in the WWE. All them times he been fired. So happy birthday, Paul Heyman. Shout out to my Las Vegas Aces. Won game 1 of the finals this afternoon. Yes, I was watching the WNBA over the NFL. Come see me about it if you got a problem with it. Let's fucking go. Get it? Shout out to the Aces. Shout out to my Huskers too.
Oh my God.
Shout out to them. Scott Frost is out of here. As requested a couple weeks ago.
I mean,
let me find out that the Nebraska athletic department is tapped in to Young Kings Wrestling. For some reason.
Oh man.
Y'all have no reason to be.
So
let's get the opinion on TC Fontaine real quick.
I remember sending out. I remember tweeting and the other day, and I'm like, I know y'all not losing to Georgia Southern, and I think it was like tied or something, and then I came back later that night, and I'm like, oh shit, they lost, somebody getting fired, but I didn't think they was really gonna do it,
bro. So it's man. Like, what's the score? It's 38-38, right? Mm-hmm. Georgia Southern, they scored. I don't know how the fuck we scored 42. 35-35 was the score. My bad. It was 35-35. Georgia Southern, they scored a touchdown and they went up 42-42. Mm-hmm. As soon as that happened, I was like, yeah, they might have to fire niggas after this game. And we still came back and tied it up and had a chance to win. And I'm like, I've seen enough college football in my life to know that a last second field goal from a losing team is not going in. I was like, I thought he was going to terribly miss it. It wasn't that bad. He almost hit it, actually. Either way, I knew it was going to be a loss. I knew somebody was getting fired. And somebody got fired today. And I seen, you know how people be. Especially Nebraskans. Somebody was like, you couldn't wait till tomorrow to do this. You had to do it on 9/11 when we're supposed to be mourning. It's a very terrible move. Like, shut up.
What, sir? No.
Shut up.
No. What that got to do with it? That had nothing to do with the man.
Nothing.
That is not very good at his job at the moment.
Right.
Like, the show must go on.
You're lucky he didn't get fired last night.
I would hit the Stephen A on that. Like, listen, I would not have allowed him to leave the stadium last night as an employee. He would have had to turn in his whistle, everything like that, at the door.
Hey, big facts.
This is bad. This is very, very bad.
Mm-hmm.
Big facts.
Mm-hmm.
I would have fired his ass last night, honestly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you already here, bro. Let's go get your shit out your office. We can wait for you.
That's what I'm saying. Y'all was home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Just take that drive home, homie. Leave all your shit here. Take your drive home.
Thanks. We'll ship it out to you. We know where you stay.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could get
Yeah, man.
fired and get $15 million on my way out.
Whew.
God damn.
Good Lord.
What else happened this week in just general pop culture, man? I heard the Queen died. But come to find out, Zelina Vega is actually on vacation with Malachi Black. So she's not dead. She's still alive.
Yeah. Yeah, that's correct. Which apparently is so shocking to Sportskeeda because she's a Raw superstar.
Bruh. I
God
saw that
forbid
shit. They said former AEW superstar Malachi Black spotted with Zelina Vega after his release. Could this mean he could be coming to WWE?
Oh my God.
Or it could just mean he on vacation with his wife.
Yeah.
The fuck?
Oh, y'all just be hiring anybody.
They trying to tell me the Queen died, man. Charlotte Flair alive and well.
Correct. She just got married too. Shout out to her.
Facts.
Should be back soon. We'll see.
Big
Who knows?
facts. Seeing her out with they do that shit. They did that shit before. They seen her with Andrade. She was like, she coming to AEW.
Bro.
Shut up.
Like this please stop it.
They said breaking news, the Queen has died. Come to find out, Queen Elizabeth died in 2003. R.I.P. Miss Elizabeth.
Only queen that matters. Shout out to Sheik for reminding us.
Fuck the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Indeed.
They said Queen Elizabeth died.
Rest in peace to all my ops.
I must have posted that RIP Bozo picture like 20 times on 3 different social media platforms. Like every time I see somebody post about
crazy.
Oh my God. Between that and that the Diana pull-up pictures.
I seen the one where Randy Orton and Rey Mysterio. Elizabeth ain't in heaven. Elizabeth is down there.
Oh man. Yeah, it was bad.
Black people don't take shit seriously, as we should when it comes to this.
Listen.
We don't do well with colonizers.
Indeed. Especially when people start. See, I like when moments like this happen because then, people just
see who's a real nigga and who not.
Exactly. But then it's like people go out and they go do their research and start dropping truth bombs on y'all to kind of wake y'all up a little bit. And then they be like, oh,
I never knew.
This is not true. It was always true. I never knew. It was always true.
It's always been true.
You just didn't want to see that.
And it wasn't like knowledge that was hidden. It wasn't like, oh, we didn't know about this. No, this could have been 2 Googles away. It was Googleable.
Exactly.
It's been always Googleable.
Right.
You think Princess Diana just got into a car accident and died? No.
Bro, that hurt my soul as a kid. Because I was a fan.
Me too. Me too.
So I
had no idea what was going on though, but
yeah, exactly. So I was saying all day long. I know she got her fist taped up. She was just waiting. Just second she see her come through, like, what's up? Been waiting on your ass for a minute.
Come outside, bitch. We ain't gonna jump you.
Like, oh, I've been waiting for your ass.
RP to the princess. RP to the princess. Big facts. Hey, we watch wrestling all week long, and this is the latest we've ever done this segment on this show.
For real,
things happen. What we've been watching this week, man?
Oh man, what else? What was I watching? Yeah, I randomly went back, and so I told you I was, had an idea for some content that I'm working on. So because of that, I went back and watched some old Manias. So I went and watched back 10, not all of it, just like a couple matches, couple segments. That Owen versus Brett match was definitely a clinic in mat wrestling. Got to give it to him. Owen never gets enough credit for the worker that he was.
Can I speak to the people that like to be contrarians?
Oh yes, talk to him.
Owen and Brett was great. It was fantastic. For you people that just want to be contrarians, it is not the best match at WrestleMania 10.
No.
Tell y'all that right now.
No.
We all know what it was.
Mm-hmm.
Shawn Michaels had the better match than Bret Hart again.
Like that I was gonna get to that too. That it's the fact that it's so everyone remembers all the stuff that Shawn did that we forget that Razor won the match.
Right.
Like, that is so like dude was working his ass off.
I said that as a kid.
Everyone talks about is, oh, look at Shawn, everything he was doing. He still lost. So I mean,
I remember like the 10-year anniversary of that match.
Yep.
And they was like talking about it. And I was like, yo, Shawn Michaels, that dude for real. I thought like, come to find out he lost the match. I'm like, he lost. Why are we hyping this nigga up because he lost?
Right, man. Yeah. But I mean that's Mr. WrestleMania for you.
Facts. He lost a lot of his WrestleMania matches, but that's his show.
Yeah. My that list I'm making is gonna have a lot of adjustments to it. But yeah, no, I noticed they had a Bill Clinton impersonator. At first, I thought it was him for a second. Then I was like,
they look just like him, dude.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember nothing about actual Bill being at Mania.
Yeah, you would have heard about this more often.
Right. And then I'm sitting there looking, okay, that's definitely not him. And I just had to go double check and make sure. But yeah, that and
God bless America.
Yeah, I'm like, yo, he don't really talk like that for real. But then I got to the Lex and Yokozuna match. Oh, I don't know how they ever thought this shit was gonna work. I really don't. Like, and in the end of the match too, like, I'm so confused because like Perfect is sitting up there. You talk about refs that do a terrible job. Like, my guy is literally standing there as he covering Yokozuna. He looked dead at him and walked away to the dudes that got pulled because Cornette got pulled in the ring, and then Mr. Fiji got pulled in the ring, and he goes trying to wake them up and get them out the ring. He goes to cover him again. He looks at him, goes to somebody else. So he finally get mad and pushed him. He just rang the bell and left. I'm like, yo, wow. It was cold-blooded like that, but nah, Luger had no real heat like that to be trying to be a new Terry. It just wasn't gonna work. I'm sorry, not sorry.
Who's the modern day Luger?
Woo.
I think it's a lot of niggas. I'll say the most recent one, and you might not like this, Cesaro.
See, I can't even say that because they didn't get behind him like that.
They tried.
Like, they gave him a moment, but they gave Lex a bus. That's where I say, like, no, I can't go that far, because when you really could see that they were trying with Lex, Cesaro, they was always like, and you got to twist the arm to kind of get him in the beyond the mid card. And it took till the last few months of him being in the company for that to happen. So I can't quite say that, not yet. I don't know though. That's tough. It would have to be somebody who hadn't won the belt yet, though. Like, if Drew hadn't won the belt, it'll probably be him.
Yeah. But Drew is so over them. Like, the crowd actually fucked with Drew. Like, the crowd was fucking with Lex, but like, we can put Drew. I think Drew is probably the biggest star, like, overseas at least, like in the UK and shit, because that's their representation.
Yeah, of course.
And that's such a big market. But like, he's still kind of that dude over here too. Like, they fucked with him. You can market him as the face of your product, and they've been able to do that. Like, I don't think you could ever did that with Lex Luger. No, he's all right, but he's not
really
real.
Nah. It's a damn shame too.
Now I'm trying to think, like, who's the modern day Lex Luger?
Damn.
I'm really trying to brainstorm right now. I don't
That's a
think
good
it's
question.
fair to Drew McIntyre to say that something.
No. He got the right push. He got to the title. He got made event of Mania. Like, had it not been for all of that, then I might say it would be him. But no, they did right by him. That's tough though, because realistically, before we got to 2020, Roman was Luger. Truthfully, even after
He
winning
won
the
the
belt,
belt.
it was like, yeah, but it's like even after that, it was just like let's keep doing, because it was that transition from, okay, Cena's the guy now who is gonna be, and it was like we just pushing Roman, and we just what it was to the point that crowd was revolting at it. So from that standpoint, it was kind of just like Luger-ish.
Mm.
But
Okay,
now,
that's fair. I think that might be fair. Sorry if it offends, but
hey, yeah, real ones know.
yeah.
We watched it. We was there.
Hey, I went down a rabbit hole on YouTube actually, so like I didn't watch any shows or nothing. But I watched Molly Holly versus Victoria at WrestleMania, hair versus hair, which and I was just thinking like, man, it's a damn shame that the fact that Trish Stratus was involved in something else, and since Trish Stratus was involved in something else on that show, women weren't going to wrestle on that show,
Right.
and one of your women had to say, you know what, I will shave my hair live on pay-per-view if we get on the show. Like the fact they had to get to that point is crazy. But yeah, I always remember that match. You already know Victoria stand over here. Roman Reigns versus Edge at Money in the Bank. Watched that one too. And I forgot that Seth came out and confronted Roman after the match. Intentions of confronting Edge, but he confronted Roman. So the fact that the fact that Seth Rollins has been wanting to shoot the farewell with Roman Reigns since July of 2021. And we haven't gotten a resolution to that. Roman ducking a lot of folks now.
Listen, I went off about this before. You had a match with him in January, and you got yourself intentionally disqualified after he spent 3 weeks doing psychology on you, who's been doing psychology on everybody else. He done ruined Jey Uso for the foreseeable future. It's terrible.
Yeah.
This dude is a mad dog for no reason. But here comes Seth, basically like he just hit that one nerve that he just can't let go of, the whole Shield thing. It's like once he went there, all of a sudden his whole mood changed, his face switched up, and then I love how good Roman is with expression now, because you saw his face when he heard the Shield music
right
at the Rumble. He was just like, no, this nigga is not serious.
This nigga's scared.
Yeah, man. So I mean, from the Rumble on, you don't mention that man's name. He didn't even discuss what happened. He just moved on and said, "Hey, yeah, we screwed Brock over, cost him the title because he ain't real." And Goldberg for Saudi, like, nah, bro. What happened? You talk about, the ref was telling you to stop. He's like, he won't let me go, and he had all these. He was just like, he was having a moment, like he was just fleshing out some thoughts that was on his heart. You know what I'm saying? And he had nothing to say about it after. Nah, man. I got questions.
Hey, yo, Triple H, you tapped in. And I'm gonna need you to cut the check, Paul or Stephanie, whoever cutting the check now. Cut the check for this one. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Atlanta, Georgia, New Year's Day.
He's overdue.
And we can have Roman beat him this time. I just need a decisive winner. That's all.
Y'all realize that Seth has not been a champion in the sense, he hasn't been a world champion in 3 years. But he hasn't been a champion of any kind since 2020.
The tag champs with Buddy Murphy.
Yeah. That was it. So I mean, the fact that that's the case, combined with his catalog in that same time span, Dominic at SummerSlam,
Banger after banger after
Like-
banger.
I mean, Edge, Kevin Owens, like the whole series with Cody this year.
Man,
What I don't know what more that this dude has to do. Like, I'm not gonna sit up here and say that he has been just that we're doing wrong. Like he's been done wrong. Like he's had a great career, but it's like, yo, this has been like the grace period, the time, the little bit of time off for him. But we gotta kick this back up. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like his kid was born. Ain't like he needs more time off or nothing like that. Like, no, we're good. We're in full swing. And Becky's home with the baby now too. She recovering from an injury. My guy got to go off at some point in time because this ain't right. This ain't
big
right.
facts. What else did I watch, man? During my YouTube rabbit hole, Becky versus Charlotte Flair versus Asuka at TLC. It's the birthday of Young Kings Wrestling, by the way. Also watched some Undertaker WrestleMania matches. Watch him versus Edge, and I will forever. My favorite part of this match had nothing to do with Edge or Undertaker. It was Charles Robinson running down the ring. That is my favorite part of the match. I look forward to it every time I watch it. I watched the HBK's retirement match. He ain't go out like no bitch.
Mm-hmm.
Taker said, "Stay down." He slapped the shit out of him. Like, fuck out of here, nigga. You better put me out my misery.
Facts.
Ain't no bitch. And then
slapped his eyes right.
Facts. And then Roman Reigns. I watched that one too. Actually wasn't as bad as I remember it being. I thought it was, I did like at first I was like, something ain't right. But I think like, I don't know, have I watched this match since it happened?
I haven't.
Because I think watching it again after like seeing where Roman is at now, and then like plus that promo he did the night after the match,
Yeah.
I look at the match differently now. And I look at it like,
well,
got that dog in him still.
We was pre-programmed to hate it because this was what Roman's third straight.
I didn't boo Roman Reigns during that whole time frame. I was one of the only motherfuckers that was on his side on the internet.
I wasn't against Roman. I just didn't like the fact that they kept pushing him in a way that wasn't working. Like, don't tell me that Roman's in the main event because that's what the people want. It's because it's what you want. Like, Roman could be in that main event just fine. It's like Roman could be in that main event just fine, but like, don't just sit up there and just say, well, because you want Roman here, that's what's going to happen. Like him and Triple H, no, that wasn't going to do it. That never did it for me.
Hey, niggas wanted to see it, brother.
It's me. I'm niggas.
I wanted to see that. I did not need that at Mania. I really didn't. But no, like this was the third in a row, I think, because it was Brock, there was Triple H there, then Undertaker.
Mm-hmm.
And look, it's good for his catalog. I'm glad he got those names on his list. At the end of the day, it's just look, man. Royal Rumble 2015, where it all kind of went downhill. But no, that Mania 31 was one thing because expectation was low, performance was high, Seth at the end, it all worked. But then we turned around and tried to just revert course and just get back into it. It's like, okay, now it's going to work this year. It's not natural. It's not the natural progression because you knew you wanted to do it from the jump, but you just kind of forced it into happening. His best pop at that time was beating Sheamus for the title on Raw, but then you had a natural crowd-centered baby-facing Ambrose, which wasn't that hype on.
Yeah, but still not to this day.
Yeah,
different conversation.
Yeah. But no, like I didn't like the force feeding. Like I liked Roman because I knew there was something natural about it, but we weren't seeing the natural. We were just seeing the generic do this baby face like Hulk, like Cena, thing that wasn't working. Like the best part about all of this was the night after when he cut that promo in like the Lions Den and only said 2 words, or no, not 2 words. This is my yard now, 5 yard. Yeah, that was the best part about all of that, because I'm like, okay, if that's the direction we're going, I'm with that. But we didn't even do that. We didn't really follow through like that. He just got his ass beat by Braun Strowman for the next couple months. Like,
I'm not finished with you.
Oh man, he got PTSD. When they said Braun was showing up to SmackDown, I'm like, somebody better hide that. And sure enough, he didn't show up to TV this week.
Oh no, he know when to show up and when to not show up.
Yeah, he don't want that.
He said, "Nigga, Braun back, Andrew McIntyre mad. Y'all niggas got it. Take care of that oos. Y'all 4 got it.
Man.
Take the white boy with you too. He kind of down."
Yeah, I'm telling. Listen, Sammy determined to survive by any means necessary.
Hey,
like if that means I gotta take bullets, I'm gonna take them.
Hey, big face. Hey, I had one more match that I watched this past week too. You're not gonna believe this one. It was on the playlist that I was watching. I just said, yo, this was kind of a fucking disaster. Triple H versus Kevin Nash in that ladder match in 2011. That happened.
Oh man, what?
And I forgot, because this whole time I thought it was a TLC match. It was a ladder match, and it had a sledgehammer hanging above the ring.
Yeah.
And if you grab the sledgehammer, you did not win the match.
You just
match won by fucking pinfall, which like that's not a ladder match. You could have just made this a street fight. You had just do the extras for no reason.
I don't even know why we did this, because
I don't know.
This stemmed all the way back from the summer, because it
was supposed to be CM Punk and shit.
And Nash.
They changed course, and for some reason, I don't know if it's the fact that those two probably didn't want to work together after Kevin Nash shit on him on the mic, and then they just switched course and just made it Triple H. So it's like, well, shit, I guess we're paying you. So you might as well work for the next couple of months. And that's what happened.
I'm just like, nobody in 2011 wanted to see Triple H and Nash in a ladder match. Like,
I didn't want to see them in any match.
Like, Nash's legs are bionic at that point in time. So him in a ladder match just sounded like a liability to me.
Right.
So I don't know why we decided to do that.
Oh yeah, one more thing. I watched a lot of matches on YouTube. I watched The Rock and John Cena versus The Miz and R-Truth at Survivor Series. And I was like, yo, this is a great story about being a hater, because John Cena was player hating like crazy the whole 3 years.
He most definitely was too.
He came in, hate, like The Rock came back. John Cena was hating because John Cena out here main event, he the champ, and The Rock come back and he get more attention for just hosting the show. So now John Cena jealous, and he said, you know what, we're gonna fight at WrestleMania next year, see who the best man is. Okay, nice. So they build up to that. The Rock came back. It was like, I need a tune-up at Survivor Series. I debuted at Survivor Series, however, it was 15 years earlier. Yeah, 15 years.
Something like that, yeah.
Earlier, I debuted at Survivor Series. So let's turn up. So The Rock came back. And The Rock won the match. John Cena did all the work, but The Rock got the win. So John Cena just hating afterwards. Like, John Cena just clapping. He's like, yeah, good job. Good job. Whoop-de-fucking do. And he was hating on The Rock. And then The Rock beat his ass at Mania. And John Cena just sat on the ramp like, fuck.
Right.
I've been hating for a whole calendar year. What am I do?
None.
He had to fight and crawl his way back.
They got some mileage out of that picture, though.
Oh, man.
That photographer cashed out.
Listen. See, shout out to WWE, because y'all, they low-key taught me how to shoot wrestling shows. Because, like, I be trying to get the moment.
Yeah.
So, like, my pictures be coming out fire. Go check him out, YK Wrestling on Instagram. Where we at?
Let me see.
Real addressing rumors.
Let me pull this up real quick. This one was just funny, and we was kind of talking about the topic a little bit earlier about this biting situation going on, right? So I guess somebody in wrestling is just handing out bath salts out here, cause good old Patrick, formerly known as DD Velveteen Dream, he got arrested recently, and initially it was just about some drugs, and my guy Shanti the Adonis posted his bail. I didn't know they was cool, but then we got a situation where cops got called because this man bit a gym employee, and it said he bit him in the chest. He got asked because he was asked to leave or something like that. It started getting physical. He just hauls off and tried to bite this man titty off or something. Yeah, whoever's handing out bath salts backstage and in wrestling locker rooms, I need you to stop, because somebody gonna really get hurt. And all the bizarre
stop.
all the bizarre shit that I've heard about this man leading up to this is starting to become more credible by the day, because
hiding cameras in the bathrooms,
yeah.
house parties.
I didn't want to believe
what?
that. I'm thinking like maybe that's this is a nasty nigga. I'm thinking like maybe this is a little bit too far out there, but nah, not anymore. Not anymore. I think this might be right on target, because this boy here different.
Yeah. What's wrong with son?
Yeah.
Had spark when you started, but now you're just garbage.
Yeah. Pat stepping off from the commentary booth because he's doing College Game Day for the season, so we probably ain't gonna see him until, I don't know, maybe wintertime, January, something like
Disney
that.
finally cut the check.
Yeah.
About damn time.
Yeah, man. I can't fault
See
him
how
for
y'all
it.
been wanting to cut him the check for the last couple of years. I peeped.
Right. Because I think he said he wanted to do both, but they were like, nah, don't overdo it. You get your money, you'll see the video when you get back.
You don't want to overexert yourself. Go there and cover football. You'll be back WrestleMania.
Yeah, pretty much. And then they proceed to give us fucking Corey Graves.
Cody Graves.
That's how much I really don't care for the motherfucker. I can't even say his name right. But yeah, that's. I hope that's not what we got next several months, because I can't do it.
I think we need the old shucky ducky quack quack, Micah. It will freeze when I do my impersonation. Hey, let's tap back in a second. Like I was saying before, man, it would freeze when I did my Booker T impersonation. So I was saying that we need to get a little Booker T in there at the commentary booth.
Mm.
Folks been talking about Nigel. I didn't know Nigel was still in America, but
I would prefer it.
Shit, let's get Wade.
I don't want. I'll take that. I don't know who would take his spot in NXT. Nigel could go back there. Nigel was good in NXT.
He was solid. Him and Vic was good.
Yeah.
No, Wade is that dude. So like, if anybody, give me Wade Barrett as maybe number one, number two, Booker T, and number three, I don't know.
Yeah.
Not Renee.
Yeah.
I don't want
Renee. I ain't crazy about Renee, but like I said, I'll take it over Corey any day. So I brought this up earlier, and I wanted to give you a minute to, have your moment to chat on it, because you was right about this too. But Malachi Black requested his release from Almost Exclusively White, and the quote actually that's up here that was cited from the report was he wanted to request his release due to mental health concerns due to his personal life and, this is the big one, demoralization due to the handling of his
him not being a needle mover,
due
as
to
stated.
the handling of his character and booking. That's from what's his name, Raj.
I told y'all
Yeah.
niggas. I told y'all niggas. Y'all thought I was playing, but I told y'all niggas.
Oh boy.
I said it because I be known. Especially like a week after that. Who was it? Was Andrade debuted? And they were saying the same shit about him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
at some point around here, Christian debuted. I actually don't remember when Christian debuted at this point. I think he was one of the first. But like, I swear they brought in Big Show around this time. They brought in Mark Henry, and it just started bringing in all these people to where like Malachi Black just didn't matter at that point. Basically. And then of course they bring in CM Punk, and you know, history.
Nobody else mattered after that.
You're right.
Which was my point in the beginning. But yeah.
I don't like being right when it comes to the misfortunes of other people. But
yeah, because it's like you want to have a talent that's able to express his creative freedom a little bit deeper, and I don't think he got to do it as much, you know, once he got to the main roster in WWE. But
again, he was leaning awfully close to blackface.
Yeah, that was a little. Well, I kind of, there was a little bit of continuity to it because it was the Eye, and that kind of was a callback to the whole thing with him and Seth, because him or was it Buddy? They was together, and they tried to take his eye out. So I think he was kind of playing on that some more, and it was kind of spreading and shit like that, kind of like Candyman. But no, it just, I guess they didn't give him enough wiggle room, enough space to really kind of take this somewhere, and it didn't kind of progress. It was just like, oh, well, now they're gonna add another member, now they're gonna add this person, and they're gonna spit some mist in somebody's eyes and shit like that. Like the programs weren't helping him progress up the card. It was just, you know, the same old shit. And yeah, basically. But what else is new? But again, like I said, told y'all about that. Y'all just don't like to listen. This one, it's kind of funny. So Matt and Nick Jackson, the Young Bucks, went to their ops, and the ops have reported that they have been sending out feelers to World Wrestling Entertainment in light of what happened last weekend with their suspension and being stripped of the titles with Kenny Omega. And people take that how they want to take it, because it could be just them trying to stir some shit up, because it is their ops. It is the people that we don't really like to talk about on here. But because of the fact that it is those people, that may be the only reason why it may be credible at all, because they're the ones that they talk to.
Right.
But
I'm good on that, bro.
I'd rather not.
Like, and it ain't got shit to do with them coming from AEW. I didn't like them in New Japan. I went and watched some of their stuff from Ring of Honor, and it did not live up to the way y'all been hyping it. They're just certain talents that when they just get too spot heavy, I tune out after a while. I feel like that's what the deal is with them. But also, it's just, and that's like 95% of what they do.
Right. And this is just this air of immaturity with them that I'm not feeling at all. Like I I could see that when Cody had issues with them before he left. It was just like I don't know how we're getting to this point in time right now, but everything was good at one point, and all of a sudden now this is where shit starts falling off the rails a little bit. But their mannerisms, the way they act and shit like that, it's it's a turnoff for it should be a turnoff for anybody that cuts checks. But I know tag team wrestling needs to make a comeback, but it doesn't need it that bad. Like, we got tag teams,
Right.
They got tag teams over there. Impact's got their tag teams.
A lot of tag team NXT.
Yeah, like across the board, it's coming back. So
we're fine.
This doesn't need to happen. It really doesn't.
As of right now, the Young Bucks, they aren't in WWE.
Keep it that way.
That yeah, I'm with you.
I'm good on that.
But the highlight of my week, Sasha and Naomi, just letting everybody know what it is. Letting all of y'all know what it is. And I touched on this before.
You seen that Sasha Banks dress?
Yeah, man.
And forget about it.
I wasn't talking about that part of it. Yeah, I touched on this a little bit the other night. And if you haven't seen the latest episode of Smacking and Raw, you need to go check that out. You know what I'm saying?
It's good cinema.
With the homies. Yes.
Good cinema.
Finally got that collab. But yeah, I touched on this before. Sasha had to take time off right after WrestleMania 35 when I got to see it in person. And that was where it was kind of like she may not be back. The things that are going on, she wasn't feeling. And she tried to quit. They told her just take some time off, and she eventually came back. She needed that, mental break. But then we came to this year where, a lot of factors played into her not wanting to be around. Her main event program with Charlotte for Mania for the title got scrapped in favor of Ronda Rousey. You paired her up with Naomi, which she was good with, but then you put the titles on them and gave them nothing to work with. Had them, just booked to lose with no build, no nothing. So they said, that's it, And I looked at it like this. Mania 35 was strike one. This past year, I think it was going into Hell in a Cell, was when they walked out. That was strike two. There's not going to be a third. There's not going to be a strike three. Because that's what this is about. That's what this world tour they're going on is about. Like, they letting y'all know she's been on the cover of that CBD magazine.
Mm-hmm.
She been on Fashion Week this week. You know what I'm saying? Working
red
on
carpet.
Everything with red carpet, entertainment, TV, movies, like, and Naomi right there with her. So obviously, if she going somewhere, she taking care of her girl too. So it's like, listen, yeah, make sure y'all get a good look at this because we're not gonna do this again. Like, we're not gonna have this conversation again. We letting y'all know, comfortably letting y'all know, as much videos, pictures they can show y'all. Like, listen, we good and we comfortable right now, and they're coming back. They already on the page, but we're not gonna revisit this. Like, just make sure y'all got it in your heads that if I have to sit down and have this conversation with y'all again, if we have to sit down and have this conversation with y'all again, it's not gonna be a conversation. We just gonna be gone, and we're not gonna negotiate. We're not gonna come back. It's over. That's the end of it. And I ain't mad at you because I will take Sasha on my TV screens any way I can get her. You know what I'm saying? Wrestling is just bonus.
Yeah.
I watched Mandalorian.
True. Hey, listen. One thing about black women is they're gonna be subtle about how they feel, but let you know how they feel on social media. And if you know, you know. And if you don't know, you just think, oh, they look gorgeous. Oh, they look wonderful. But if you know, like it's a message. As Reek was saying, it's a message in all these posts, everything they got going on. They letting you know. So shout out to them.
And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Makazi had best learned to fight.
Yeah.
Had best learned to fight. Because I'm not a fan of assault, but that could very well be what happens if you don't learn to fight, sir. So do that. If you know, you know.
Right. Now we can leave Jimmy Uso alone. Pretty sure he can fight. So you good.
Yeah. I'm not. He got cousins and he got family. Like that's
right. I ain't trying to end up like Drew McIntyre. Like all these niggas just coming out of nowhere.
Right. That's that episode of Vice when he got in the circle. I don't want that. I'm good. Makazi, though, I know you can't fight, but you better learn.
You imagine a whole bunch of big ass Samoans and a whole bunch of 49ers gear just circling around you, just popping up, spawning all over the place.
Oh man.
How many cousins do you have?
That's a nightmare, bro. That's a whole nightmare.
The Makazi, you got family? Hope not. For your sake, you better hope so.
Yeah.
You can't fight alone.
You need it. Right.
Let somebody get to work on that sewing machine.
Oh man. That's all you got.
Right.
Oh man. Once that go away, it's over.
That's wrong, man. Let them know how we feel. But it's wrong.
Hey.
But it's right.
Tell them the truth.
But it's right.
Tell them the truth. Just be honest.
Is that all we got for the rumors?
Yeah, pretty much. I know I mentioned this other day too. Bobby Fish went to smoke with CM Punk. Bad.
Yeah, everybody do apparently.
Oh man, like, cause he did some interview and he was talking, and that's where you see he looking old as hell. But he said, listen, I would love to. Anytime.
Shout out to all the wrestling fans that just discovered Just for Men this past week. What happened to Bobby Fish in 3 weeks? I mean, that's naturally gonna happen in 3 weeks. Like,
come on, man.
3 weeks ain't really a long time to grow hair and stop coloring your hair. Like,
them commercials used to be on like every week.
Right. For all we know, Bobby Fish has looked like that for the last 5 years.
Probably.
He's just been on TV constantly, so he had to work at it. He took the man off TV for a few weeks. He said, I don't need to look like this for TV. I'm good. And that's what happens.
Facts. It's rough to see, but it's the truth.
He's also Caucasian. That's another factor.
Yeah, that plays into it.
It do crack.
Yeah, particularly in that line of work, it will happen to you quicker than you think.
Facts. Big facts. Where we at with it, man?
That's all I got. Everything,
Facts.
everything else was pretty light.
So we don't got to spend too much time talking about what happened this past week, but let's just skim over some of the highlights this past week. Edge, the father of 2 daughters, came out there and it was a better parent than Rey Mysterio, who also has 2 children. He showed he was a better father in 5 minutes, and Rey Mysterio has been able to be in the last 25 years. That's a long time.
Yeah, that's wild.
He said, you know what? I want the smoke, Don. Because what'd you say, Reek? You want to act like a grown man? I'm going to treat you like a grown man, and I'm going to beat your ass.
Exactly.
And that's all we had to do.
He didn't.
If Ray had that energy for Dominic, we would never got to this point. But we come to find out Rhea Ripley turned Dom out. He is now sub Mysterio. And yet another example of Rey Mysterio being a terrible father. He goes and he tries to say, Dom, look at me, mijo. Oh, you're not gonna look at me? Well, fine. And walks away. You mean you just gonna give up on your son after 30 seconds? That's all it took.
You didn't fight for your family.
That's all it took, Raymond. 30 seconds.
He didn't even try. Sad. So sad.
30 seconds, Reed.
Like, didn't he give a 619 to Nia Jax in the Rumble?
Bruh,
for a shot at Mania.
That's what I'm saying. So you got this woman who's been a negative influence on your son. I mean, and for moral purposes, you're not gonna touch her because it's a woman. You have a daughter, and you got a wife, and I get it. But she corrupted your child. Like, all that shit don't matter at the end of the day. Oh, but when a world title shot was on the line, you had no problem attacking a woman because it was within the legal confines of the match. That is why I always said it was fine that you got thrown over the top of that building because it was in the confines of the match. If that's how we gonna do it. Look at me being right yet again.
Oh my God. I'm gonna say this. I will say this. Even if you're trying to be chivalrous or whatever, listen, man, you are more than justified to put your hands on this woman here because
it's your
she
child.
Your
wife didn't have no smoke for her either. There's another story, but she's not a wrestler either.
She done got to everybody but the wife. Like, she done snuffed you. She done snuffed your son. She done muffed your daughter in the face. Like, it's more than justified at this point. So you just make excuses. But no, my big thing is Edge is the parent for everyone because he didn't mince no words. He just said, look, I don't know what's going on with you, but you a grown man and I am too. So we're not going to talk about this. You just going to get out here and take this ass whooping. Period. End of story. That's all I need. And with that, I think we can pretty much seal it. The year's not over, but we're going to send that award back out to Mysterio one more time.
Oh, yeah.
He's just racking them up.
We already got his name and address on the delivery package. It's just we got to wait to ship it out.
Facts. It's about that time.
Because I doubt within the next 3 years, somebody going to step up. I said 3 years, 3 months. That somebody going to step up and take that
It
crown.
could be 3 years, man.
Listen, you might get it next year and the year after that. We gonna see this.
This is crazy.
What else happened on Raw this past week? Lashley and The Miz in a cage match for the U.S. title. Lashley's been on another level, we all know. But The Miz still getting stalked by Dexter Lumis. This time, he decided, I don't want to win this championship. I just want to get away from this motherfucker. And he didn't and still lost. So, top 2 camera shot of 2022, by the way. I don't know what number 1 is, but this is number 2 for sure.
That camera work is on something different.
That was solid. Year. I love that crane. Child cranes.
Yeah, man. I just want to know why he getting stalked by this dude. Like, what did Miz do in past time that this weirdo is out here just choking this man out, kidnapping him, and doing who knows what to him in the back of that Jeep?
Yeah,
that he pulled up on him in the parking lot. Like, I just want, just give me something. Just give me just a little something. That's all. I don't want the whole thing. You could take your time, but like, leave some breadcrumbs.
You getting Paul Pierce on this, bro? You getting Paul Pierce on this?
What do you mean?
You ain't never seen that clip of Paul Pierce talking about Joel Embiid?
Oh,
I thought that's where you was going with this.
Nah,
I'm tired of getting a taste of it. I want the whole load.
Nah, bro. I ain't going there at all. Hell no.
Hey, shout out to Paul Pierce, man. Where are we at?
You
We out
wild
with
boy.
it, man. Dude got fired for having a good time. That's crazy. Where we at? Kevin Owens, Austin Theory. Just like Bobby
Yes.
Lashley, Kevin Owens has been on another level. Austin Theory has been on another level too, but folks is too blinded by the fact that they annoyed by him, as you should be. He's a heel. You should be annoyed by him. But I digress.
Yeah.
That dude has been on another level too. I think if we can just, see it for what it is for once, we can find some appreciation for him. I'm just saying.
Facts.
Gotta start somewhere. And
I'm
then Braun
down
Strowman
for
came
Kevin
back.
Owens.
Shout out KO.
Yeah.
Braun Strowman came
Kevin
back.
Owens weekly fades.
I wonder who he got tomorrow. Johnny Gargano
Could be
debuting
anybody.
tomorrow.
Ooh. I'm with that.
Cut the check.
Cut the check.
Steph. Whoever. Braun Strowman came back and beat the shit out of eight people. Did he touch the New Day? Because I seen Kofi said something that he didn't.
I don't remember. I gotta go back and watch. I thought like
he touched everybody else did.
I'm about to say, like, he definitely was throwing 90% of them around.
And then he said, in the words of Jay-Z, can I get an encore? Show back up on Friday on SmackDown. And ran the fade with Alpha Academy again. Picked up Otis big ass. And powerbomb. Crazy. Otis is like 375 pounds.
Right.
It's a big boy.
That's wild as hell.
NXT. Let's run through that real quick, man. Shawn Michaels is turning that shit into Hogwarts Academy. There's way too many of these British niggas around. Oh, you want to fight? Okay.
Yep.
We don't want to fight that. We're going to fight in that ring. Bloody hell.
Basically.
Want the top team
Which
championships.
I kind of suspected that was going to happen.
Which is fine. It's just too many all at once. Like, let's ease into this. It's just, if we're not going to do a proper takeover, as the British have been known to do in the past, colonialism, colonizing. You want to have the British colonize 2.0, do it proper. Instead of just doing it all half-assed willy-nilly. They all lost at the last Premium Live event. So if they want to all lose, yes. So we need to be a little bit more assertive, rather. If I might, I'm just saying. No, but one part of NXT UK I did enjoy. If they were going to come in and take over, they come in and do whatever the hell Nate Frazier and Axiom just did this past week. Mm-hmm. And we getting, what is it, best of 5 or is it best of 3?
I think it's 3.
It is 3. But y'all can run 5 if you want to, shit. But it's like they did all the moves in the first match. Like, y'all got to save some moves for the other 2 matches, bro. Come on, son. It was lit though. And then we had a Ricochet versus Trick Williams. That was it too. I love that one. Ricochet got the pin this time. We had Tony D'Angelo and Stacks beat the shit out of Cameron Grimes, which you approved of that.
Yeah, I got no complaints.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have been talking shit.
Talk shit, get hit.
Yeah, it wasn't even that. Like, you could calmly say no and walk away, but you gonna take a whole hot espresso and throw it on that man? Like, no, you get your ass beat for that.
Facts. Big facts. And then Damon Kemp, he can't talk.
No, he can't.
Just have him come out and whoop ass. Like, don't have him talking about it.
I expect so much more.
It would have been nice if, Diamond Mine had a manager or something that could have, talked for him and explained, but
yeah, about that. It's a damn shame.
Ran from the grind. Free Wesley. I don't know what y'all got my boy doing, but free Wesley.
It's sad. It's hilariously sad.
Got the 2.0 anniversary this week though. Been on TV for a year. So I know they're doing something. I have no idea what they're doing. I guess like, folks can vote on what matches they want to see, like fans' choice or something. So I'm gonna check that out. Mandy Rose's 1 year anniversary celebration is also this week. So there's some good shit coming up on 2.0. Should be interesting.
Okay.
And then on SmackDown, not much really went on. We had the Imperium versus the Brawling Brutes. That was like 4 segments, and it was fire. It was like an hour long. We also had Ronda Rousey becoming #1 contender for Liv Morgan. Washed everybody. So yeah, that should be whatever. And then in the main event, we had Drew McIntyre taking on Solo Sikoa. Baby Oos. Proud of him too, man. Went from watching him in a warehouse inside casinos. Now he on the big stage, so that's pretty dope. Sami Zayn is stepping up lately, as we talked about, taking bullets out here. Took one for Baby Oos. And Baby Oos was like, man. Hey, he was like, man, Roman said you was a dude. You wasn't capping, homie. Jey Uso was still hating though. Jey Uso looked at his little brother, was like, nigga, what?
That man is so destroyed.
Yeah, he all messed up.
Roman got to be brought up on charges for what he did to this man. His own family.
Yeah.
That's not cool.
And Rikishi let it happen too.
Facts.
Like
he was backstage. I forget what show it was. He was backstage talking to him, and he was just cool with it, smooth. Like, bro, your son is getting mentally destroyed on television.
If Rey Mysterio didn't already have the award locked up. Because let's just recap, things that have happened here. Your son, one of your firstborn sons might be your actual firstborn son. If I don't really know. Who's older? Do we remember who's older? It's Google. It should be Googleable. I'll see if I can find it real quick.
Because I know that it wasn't at the same exact time, but it wasn't that far off.
Yeah, because it shocked the hell out of Xavier Woods that twins could be born on different days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's when Big E went off, right?
Yeah. I got mad too.
Y'all, he's like, y'all ain't that dumb. Y'all went to school, didn't you?
No, actually, Jimmy Uso is older by 9 minutes, so disregard that. But one of your firstborn sons, because you have 4 sons and 2 of them are twins, and they were the firstborn. So your firstborn, technically, got his ass beat by his cousin, and his cousin daddy endorsed it. Y'all remember that? Y'all remember Sikoa was out there and endorsed it. Sikoa crowned him the tribal chief.
Right up on stage.
Roman's daddy said, yo, this is my son. I fucks on him. Your son need to step the fuck up. At that point, you should have been the stepfather who stepped up. But you did.
Yeah, man.
And now he all messed up in the head. If only his daddy was there to help him out. But now your son all fucked up in the head. And then your other son, he don't know no better neither. He just along for the ride.
Yeah. The other son just going along to get along. But I'm okay with that as long as he's driving coherently.
All right, that's another thing. You set a bad example 20 years ago with that shit.
Yeah. It's funny. I didn't think about that during, all the times that shit happened, but that really is where that shit starts, to be honest.
Because you was attacking the Rock. Oh no, you didn't attack the Rock. You did it for the Rock.
Yeah. committing attempted vehicular manslaughter.
Mm-mm.
And we just dropped that cold like it never happened, too.
I mean, it wasn't hidden.
It wasn't. But
He
it's
got
like,
his ass beat by Stone Cold, and then he was in the Hell in a Cell, got thrown off of it. That was it.
yeah. He just went back and started just treating him like good old jolly rump shaking Rikishi, like he didn't try to kill this man.
This dude ran over Stone Cold Steve Austin, and it was in a Rumble just dancing like nothing happened.
Right.
With his boys. And then, so you should have known Rikishi was not trustworthy when he threw his boys out the Rumble.
Yeah.
They was just trying to dance, bro. He said, fuck this. I done ran over Stone Cold. He ain't around. I need me a title shot.
That's some shit.
Rikishi is untrustworthy.
Yeah. Most
That's
definitely.
big facts. Hey, man. So, yeah. That was pretty much everything that happened. Karrion Kross came out and laid out Drew McIntyre, choked him out. Thought
Took
something
us back
happened
to
to
the
my
50s.
screen. Yeah, man. I thought I was watching I Love Lucy or something.
Like,
I was like, what's going on?
Happened, bro?
I started hitting my MacBook. Hey.
Like, you talking about creating new timelines. Like, I don't need that on my TV.
Not this timeline. I'm black. We didn't do well back then.
Like, I don't want to be back there, bro. I like, I like the comfort of being out in public.
Right. It still ain't the best, but it's better. It's better than it was 70 years ago.
Shit, hell of a lot better. In hindsight.
Like the chances of me getting called an N-word when I go outside are significantly lower.
Yeah.
Significantly. Still high.
I'll take it.
Still a little high.
Yeah. But
it's higher now than it was maybe 10 years ago, but it ain't on that level.
Not even close.
How about I turn y'all into nigga pie?
Bruh.
Type flow.
Yeah. It'd be like that. Y'all don't even know.
So this has been another edition of Young Kings Wrestling. I don't have anything else. You got anything else to add?
Oh, nah, not really. We good. We pulled double duty this week.
Yeah, we did. We gave out all our good shit. This is a back to back. You know, on an NBA team, they go on the road for a quick little road trip, and then they come back home and they record. They had the big game. It's like the LA Lakers, right? The Lakers had the big game over there versus the Warriors on Friday night. It was on ESPN. It was huge, and they won, and it was a good game. And then they got a game on Sunday afternoon at the crib, and they just like, man, they still kind of tired and hungover from that last win.
Right. That ass though.
So they just kind of melted in. We was an NBA team. We might have lost today. We got a long season coming up.
Yeah, man.
Football just started.
Yeah, man.
So it's all good. What time is it? So you can see Sunday Night Football about to start soon. So it's perfect.
Oh yeah, about to watch the Cowboys hurt themselves to start another year.
I don't know, man. Tom Brady. He got beef with his family on Rey Mysterio level, so I don't know.
Yeah, that was interesting.
That's why he was gone for so long.
Crazy. Shit's crazy.
His wife said, you at least gonna skip camp if you're gonna be gone the whole season again. You're gonna spend some time with us and get your kids, see them off of school and shit. Make sure they get acclimated to school at first. Fuck camp. You'd have been to all these camps the last 20 years. You don't need to go to camp again. You fucking Tom Brady. You just show up. He was like, oh, you're right. Fuck your socials, man.
Yeah, y'all can find me at RickHappy24 on Instagram and on Twitter. Also, y'all can go check out the Havoc Hour, We'll Talk Sports and Entertainment on all platforms where you find Young Kings Wrestling, Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts. The video version's up on YouTube. Like you said, we got football season started up again, so I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to break out another sports episode because it's been entirely too long. But I got a bunch of other stuff that I got to put up on the on the docket too. And October's coming up, so it's gonna be very busy. But a whole bunch of content up there right now. The Instagram page also as well, what I post regularly on there. Underscore the Havoc Hour underscore. Check those out too.
And I am the thespian TC Fontaine. You can follow me if you want to on Instagram at tc.fontaine. On damn it, Twitter. Couldn't think of the name of the platform. Twitter at TC Fontaine. Follow Young Kings Wrestling on all platforms, all social platforms, Instagram, Twitter. We even on Facebook. We don't post on the Facebook that often because I can't figure out how to post from Instagram onto Facebook without it connecting my personal profile. Instagram be on some BS, so I don't want to deal with it, and it's kind of difficult trying to figure that shit out. So I just say, you know what? Who really be on Facebook like that anyway? Older people.
Yeah.
Like older people have taken over Facebook.
Which
Facebook was started by people born in like the early 80s. And now the average Facebook user was maybe born in like 1965.
Yeah. When did that shit start happening?
About 10 years ago.
Which is
They're
fine.
sharing
I don't really be on the
memes.
book that much. Yeah. They ain't even know nothing about that.
And they be sharing inaccurate memes too.
That's a whole nother
like
story.
We went from chainmail to Facebook memes. Like somebody send them a meme to their messenger and they think it's real. They say, oh, Donald Trump gonna bring the draft back. I don't think anybody in America would be for bringing the draft back, bro.
Yeah,
I think they figured out how to recruit people to the military enough. They don't need to do that.
I'm about to say, like, that doesn't even sound rational no more.
Stop trying to take us back to the 50s, bro. Hey,
trying like hell.
And a big shout out real quick as we close out. Big shout out to She Elite Showcase. It's been a year. It's been a year. Or it'd be a year this week. Everybody had to start somewhere.
Yep.
We've been podcasting for 3 years. We've been a unit coming up on 4. We've been coming up on 4 years. We need to
This is crazy.
Need to get this shit together. All right. Remember what I said. I don't want to be 6 years into this. And we ain't,
That's the truth.
We ain't out here like that. So we got to get something cracking. But as we close out here, She Elite Showcase, we have a song for you. And I have no song prepared. So I'm just gonna sing a couple lines off the top of my head. She Elite Showcase. She Elite Showcase. We gone.